Google. Let's go get them again.
Welcome back, fragrance family. What if the sun's most intense golden rays could be bottled? Tom Ford attempts just that with their private blend creation called Soleil Brûlant. Now, does it truly capture that radiant warmth in a bottle, right? Or is it just something entirely different? In today's video, we're gonna be sniffing. I'm gonna giving my thoughts on this sampling samples that I've worn this fragrance for a few days. And it is definitely a polarizing fragrance from the brand of Tom Ford. We love when Tom Ford goes polarizing and not just, commercialized. And maybe that was its downfall. So let's get into it. Now, if you're new here, welcome to the Robe Zoe channel. I'm your host, Mark. Hit that subscribe button, she's free. Hit that like button, she's free as well. I will be delving into older fragrances like this, private blend, of course, the signature line. I have Costa Azzurra coming up, the EDP version, so the signature line is getting hit up. Tom Ford's one of my favorite brands. If you know, you know. But it is a brand that I will judge. I am a fragrance reviewer at heart. I'm a hobbyist at heart. I'm not, no brand is, blanket statement, they're all 10 out of 10s. Absolutely not. But this is one of those that I can kind of see trends. I've been in this game long enough that I can see what's going on with certain fragrances. This one, the people that like the Soleil series, which I think was a lot of, I'm not saying fluff, but really commercialized and easy to like. I don't think this is for you. And I think those folks were kind of going, oh, and I think that's why a lot of the review price tag, of course, Tom Ford always too expensive, always. People always say that, but yeah, if you're new here, that's what you're going to get here. And this is going to be an interesting fragrance review. I'm going to delve into this one more than probably one of your favorite fragrance reviewers. To my returnees, welcome back. This is a good one, returnees. This is a good one from Tom Ford. You got to keep it tuned in. Now, let's go under the hood. Let's take a look at some stats on this one. I'm excited about this fragrance review. This was one that was such a treat to wear. And it reminds me of one of my favorite perfumes of all time as well. He didn't pen it, but a great perfumier penned this. Now, release date was back in 2021. Nose behind this, Daniela Andrier from Prada fame. Daniela giving us some Tom Fords now. Now, looking at the note breakdown, let's take a look at this and see what the guts of this thing is. Now, up top, we have pink pepper, mandarin, and bergamot. So, nothing crazy here. Interesting, boring, what the Soleil people are used to. In the mid, we have honey and orange blossom. Okay, well, orange blossom, you're gonna kind of think, okay, like maybe, a soapy, white floral kind of thing, right? Safe. Honey can go, honey can be a tricky thing. It can be, just for those kind of noses, it'll just be like, oh yeah, nice little sweetness. No, not here. In the back end, we have resins, amber, olibanum, incense, of course, woods, leather, and vetiver. There's some key pieces here in this fragrance that just flip this thing on its head. The big notes to me are amber, honey, and the orange blossom. That trifecta in here, Daniela killed it. She just destroyed, and you could take that in any way. You can say, yeah, she destroyed this. It's garbage. She destroyed it. I mean, in a good way. So let's, I'm wearing it as my scent of the day today. And what a fragrance. I have an atomizer, not the last dab, and we're going to launch this thing. See you later. Lost the cap. It's somewhere over there. Oh, this thing is interesting. On first sniff, I was not expecting something like this. Now, keep in mind, this is my first dip in the Soleil lineup. Like, I've smelt some of them and like passing and stuff like that. I'm just like, oh, okay, this is for, this is not what I'm into. Oh, I was expecting like a straight up kind of beach vibe. Like a lot of the Soleils that I've smelt, it does that, yes. It gives you that imagery, but what an artistic imagery. It's probably in a much more artistic way than you can even imagine. This the Tom Ford line at its best. At its best. Like, just think of sun-drenched skin, hot sand, things like that, and kind of bottle it. And they did it to like a really authentic way, like an interesting, you can smell the materials, but putting it together, you get a full idea. It's very interesting. Now let's delve into this one. The opening of Soleil Brûlant is an interesting one. The color is very vivid. It is a burning orange hue, like an orange ambery glow. There's a strong honeycomb effect here with a creamy orange blossom note with the citruses. This thing went really artistic on my skin, and I'm just getting started, but this isn't meant for mainstream Tom Ford noses. Honestly, I could feel it already. It smells like burning sun on brown sand, sticky skin with an expensive gold bottle, sunscreen bottle that costs you like $90 a bottle. It's like kind of like that. It's not your typical beachy scent. Actually, as much as it's wearable in the summer, this is a year-round scent. This actually, I can't wait to wear this in the fall. I got a sample, but I'm hunting for a bottle. I think this at the start of fall, like once summer's kind of at its tail end, like it's starting to get cold, woo, this is gonna be a good one. Now, Soleil Brûlant, which means burning sun, aims to evoke the feeling of golden sunlight on skin at a high-end resort. I get that. Now, it leans warm, spicy, ambery up top, rather than your usual aquatic, fresh, tropical aura. I like the citrus take here with the bergamot and mandarin. The citruses aren't juicy, they're not sweet. They have more of a sun-kissed, dry quality, but they're there and they do make an impact up top. The pink pepper evokes a spice and fizzy warmth here. There's a slight herbal touch as well, which isn't listed, almost kind of celery salt to me personally, or a coriander. The celery salt makes sense because there's going to be a mild saltiness throughout this fragrance that I'm getting in this scent profile. And it shows up again later on in the fragrance, but yeah, celery salt kind of feel. The fragrance comes out strong out of the gate. It's going to take some people aback. It's like a spicy orange blossom drizzled with dark honey and resins. The orange blossom will go a little suntan lotion on you, just a little bit, so it will evoke you. So it'll evoke some Soleil type of DNA. Yeah, it's gonna get that, but honestly, the honey and the amber just, they bring in the warmth. And what a great job by Daniela on this one. When I was writing my brief, what I keep going back to is the amber and the honey in this fragrance as they kiss the spicy pink pepper, the orange citruses, and the white florals beautifully. The melding, the blending, all exquisite, well done. It really keeps you entertained as a nose. Now the vetiver, that little bugger. I almost missed them on first wearing. It shows itself very early in this scent, and I almost dismissed it altogether on my first wearing, and that's why, with testing. You need to wear fragrances when you're putting a camera on yourself. Sometimes you gotta wear it more than once, you know, boys and girls, or just put it on a strip and be like, I'm a fragrance reviewer, whatever. I completely dismissed it, and it's kind of magical in a way. I was so entranced by the orange blossom, the amber, and the honey in here, the trifecta, the combo, which reminds me of early Francis K's work. Yes, he's a magician with orange blossom, he's a magician with amber, and honey at times. That I almost missed the vetiver in here. The vetiver gives the scent a roasted, nutty quality. This paired with the honey can evoke a coffee-like scent profile. And I get that a bit in this scent. As it comes and goes, the vetiver is really sneaky in this one, but it gives out its real, like I really enjoyed the roasted, nutty quality of the vetiver. And it also gives out its rooty pieces as well, but you gotta dig. you almost kind of have to dig, and you're just like, oh my God, this is a big piece on this fragrance. The honey in here is of the highest quality. It gives me the dry haze scent profile that I get with some good honey based scents. It's beautiful. The honey is the star in here. The white florals, even though orange blossom is the only one listed, I think there's a little tad of jasmine in here as well, but they are clean white florals, so don't be too scared of them being too inholic, right? So yeah, the white florals have their place, of course, but man, the opening of this fragrance really surprised me in such a good way. After the first wearing, sometimes I like to kind of, let's try something else. As far as, I'm testing a lot of fragrances for the channel, and sometimes usually I don't double dip. This one I wanted to wear it the next day. I wanted to wear it more and more and more. This opening is beautiful. I was half expecting some ho-hum orange blossom suntan lotion kind of thing going on, but no, this is really beautifully done. As the fragrance dries down, it does not lose any of its personality. The orange blossom, the honey, and the amber are that trifecta, and they continue to shine, pun intended. Ooh, Daniela, again, flowers to you. A really excellent fragrance. And I feel like the honey took an even bigger role here as it shows it's dark, rich. Think almost burnt honey vibe here in the mid. It has a resinous warmth to it thanks to, of course, the resins, the amber. Talking about the amber and resins, they do such a good job here keeping the scent warming and glowing without going too vanillic or even too resinous. It's a great balance, right? Ambers can go, very resinous, and it can go like super labdanum-like. And then you got like that huge leather, big, bold labdanum. And there's leather in here, and that's why there's labdanum, amber, vanilla, blah. So it doesn't go too in one section, and it doesn't go too much in the vanillic section either. So it's really well balanced. I can almost smell the radiance of the warmth in this scent. The vetiver itself, again, playing such unusual tricks. You need to find it, but it gives you like a lemongrass kind of appeal here. At times it gives its familiar woody, earthy nuance to enhance the sun-kissed feeling and warm sand like appeal to the fragrance. There's a slight leathery touch here to go well with the overall idea, but don't expect the leather to be a primary here. It's all about the orange blossom, the honey, and the amber, and that vetiver running amok in the scent profile. I did get a little bit of that salty piece again in this dry down that I got up top. I lost that kind of vegetal, kind of celery feel, but the salt is still there. It kind of reminds you of sun-kissed salty skin. This base shows a little more woods and leather to kind of form a backbone to the rest of the composition. Soleil Brûlant is absolutely stunning. My initial experience with this scent, unfortunately, a little sample is, I still got a couple sprays left in there, but my initial experience with this scent was surprising. That's should be the title of this fragrance review, surprising. I was not expecting a niche quality, old school Francis K, like an MFK kind of feeling in here, where it has like almost a dirty, honeyed, ambery, orange blossom kind of thing going on. This has discontinued written all over it, and 5 years later, real Tom Ford fragrance heads, the ones that kind of like the avant-garde kind of stuff, will be searching for this unicorn on eBay for $800 to $900 a pop. This is such a good scent from top to bottom. It's one of those that I think got really panned in the fragrance community because the demographic of these Soleils is more ho-hum Tom Fords, like easy to wear kind of Tom Fords, and this was not their jam. It was just like, ooh, a little too artistic here. This is for the people that like, if you like Maison Francis K, like his early work of orange blossom, honey, ambers, things like that, you are going to sense that in here. I cannot believe, I don't think anybody has mentioned that in their reviews. I could be wrong, but oh my God, I'm having such an uncanny feeling of that kind of production here. Now let's get into seasons, day, night versatility and performance. Seasons, and again, people are gonna pigeonhole it and be like, oh yeah, summer or spring, right? You can pull this off. It's super versatile that you can do that. Summer nights, spring, fall. I think it'll perform so well in the cooler days. Winter. This can go every season. It is that well composed that it has a little bit of stuff that you can wear in the summer nights, we'll say. Spring, night or day. Fall, night or day. Day or night. Either way, summer night sounds all right to me. But I think like a cool fall day, right? You're just starting to wear maybe jackets or maybe just sweaters. Oof. Versatility, high. While it's part of the Soleil line, which usually would put you in a little box here, summer. It's warm, it's ambery, but it also has this kind of like warm sand, and it almost has like that orange blossom really, and the orange and the citruses kind of really give you a little bit of everything in here. So it makes it super versatile, year-round scent. High versatility. I could dress this one up and down. I can definitely dress this one up. Performance. Now the performance on this is okay. The longevity is 6 to 8 hours, which is okay. It's not, this kind of fragrance, I would prefer to have it for longer, honestly, but 6 to 8 is perfectly fine. Projections below average. Yeah. It's going to start going skin scent within 3 hours, like it's halfway mark on your skin. But it does play well with this skin scent kind of idea. Right? People are going to come closer to you and they're going to smell this, and hopefully they'll get the little nuances than just the general idea. That is the kind of scent profile I'm getting out of this. And I'm trying to think of like other fragrances that kind of do this, but those early MFK days, that's where I'm kind of going with this fragrance. Really, really well done. So my final assessment, or my final thoughts on this release of Soleil Brûlant is that this isn't for the Soleil line enthusiasts. There might be a few that'll just be like, yeah, no, I feel this. This is really good scent. There's gonna be others that are gonna be like, no, this is way off. Like the blending's off. This is strong. It's weird. You're gonna get that kind of stuff, and that's probably why this thing just got pushed down of the Tom Ford lineup and kind of put away. I don't see those regular fragrance heads getting this scent at all. The imagery that the brand gave us, sun-kissed skin, is bang on, but it's just so much more than that. Daniela did amazing things with the honey, the amber, the orange blossom. The orange blossom itself was placed perfectly in this scent to give that beach vibe. The vetiver sneaking in and out of the scent like a little villain as well was magical. The use of the honey, the amber, and the orange blossom truly made me feel like you brought me to those early Francis K days. Artistically, this is absolutely gorgeous. I already miss the scent. Now that the sample is gone. An underrated Tom Ford release. It's... what an interesting concept. Now, after speaking with a few fragrance friends that I know, I didn't do the full-on research just yet. I wanted to shoot the video, kind of edit and shoot it and give it to all of you on YouTube, then kind of do my own thing in the back end and kind of see where these bottles are. But some fragrance friends of mine are saying that the scent is off the market, and I should get a bottle as soon as possible when I was talking to them about that. If true, I figured it would be gone, but absolutely bottle worthy for me. Absolutely. There's no doubt in my mind. There's darker fragrances that are more in my wheelhouse of like like black lacquer, which I don't have a bottle yet, but it smells like black from Comme des Garçons. Would I want to get a bottle of that? Absolutely. So there's a long list of Tom Fords that I would like, but this is, I think the urgency is kind of there for this one. I want a bottle of it. As far as the score goes out of 10, obviously it's bottle worthy, so it's going to be either an 8 or 9 or a 10. You already know this. If you're a returnee on the Robe Zoe channel, you kind of know when I say bottle worthy, it gets rid of the rest of the scores. It's 8 or 9 or 10. I was really battling myself to put this as a 10. I think I'm going to go 9. 9 out of 10 out of this one. criminally, and I want to put that in bold letters somewhere on this video, criminally underrated Tom Ford, misunderstood perhaps. This is for, yeah, like I think I've said it enough. It's like one of those that it's going to be for people that are maybe moved on from Tom Ford. They've already gone into more niche brands. Those people are gone. This is not for the people that are just like you're running the mill. This is, people will know how good the orange blossom, the honey, the vetiver, the amber is in here, and just the way they were blended together, the way they were utilized. So interesting how the vetiver just comes out of nowhere, and I'm just like, what is that? You know, is it the black honey that they were saying that is like a burnt kind of thing, a nutty thing? Where's that going? It's the vetiver. It's coming in and out, and I'm just like, oh my God. Daniela Andrier outdid herself on this one. 9 out of 10. Whew. I might regret that score. And again, this is just a sampling samples. That score is just basically me saying, I want a bottle, and I'm pretty urgent on getting a bottle of this. So now that you heard my side on this fragrance, I'm really curious to know what the community thinks about this fragrance. It's gonna be polarizing, I don't care. You don't have to agree with me. Hell, I'm not your, we're not gonna meet, we're not gonna date. If you say this thing's garbage, I don't have Tom Ford stock, I don't care. You can say what you wanna say. However, if you have taste like me and you know what, this review kind of makes sense to you, you're just kind of like, huh, he's talking about like the honey and amber of the old Maison Francaise kind of orange blossom. Maybe I should revisit this thing. Yeah, maybe you should. that's the purpose of this review. But share your thoughts in the comments. Every perspective is valuable on this fragrance. Good, bad, and the ugly. And yes, I know it's expensive. Who cares? People are buying Le Male elixirs for $200 for you know, like, come on. This is this dances around that and stomps on it a little bit at the same time. As always, a great pour fragrance will make a lasting impression. Choose your scents wisely. Thanks for watching YouTube. Have a good one.